Hey there, what is happening YouTube? Thanks for stopping back into the channel today, right here with a Rustbelt mechanic. So today, we've got the old crappy caddy back into the shop here. Yes, I still have it. Yes, I'm still here doing fun stuff with it. Just because it's old and crappy doesn't mean I can't get good use out of it. So this is my daily driver. Being a 2004 Cadillac SRX, they did not have backup cameras available for this trim levels and everything for this one, so I really want to be able to add one to it. I'm going on longer trips with it. I also want to be able to put a dash cam to it. So the guys over at Acumen, they actually hooked me up with a couple of dash cams to be able to kind of get ready and get using and see what I think about them. So I've got one that I'm going to be using. It's going to be the Acumen M3 Plus. This is what I'm going to be using on this specific vehicle. It's going to give me a dash cam function. It's going to give me a backup camera function. All the good stuff all around. So let's check into this one, see what we're looking at. So this is going to be our M3 Plus 3-channel rear view mirror. It's got all kinds of fancy cool stuff to it, able to connect to your smartphone in the app for all kinds of digital recordings and able to bring back up anything that was recorded. It's got GPS function with it, so it can see where I'm kind of at. It can see all kinds of storage footage, the rear camera, a middle camera if you want to connect it to another camera. Like I said, 3 different channels for this one. It's got all of the different hookups that you're going to need. It comes with 2 different camera sources. One that's going to be 1080 for just the front or middle camera, depending on wherever you want to put that one. It's got the rear view camera source, which I'm already kind of putting into the car. It's got all of the hookups for any rear view mirror. You can see the 1080 camera right here on the back of the mirror, which is going to stick out the side for our fun little dash cam. So that's a really awesome thing. I don't think I'm going to use the third function camera. I'm just going to be using the backup camera as well as the 1081 on the back of here. Now, as far as installing on the vehicle, it's actually really easy. They've just got 2 different harnesses that I'm going to be hooking up. The first harness is going to be that of the camera. You can see we have the camera hooked up right here on our rear view mirror license plate, and it goes through our rear deck lid, goes through the wiring. I have it all tucked into the wiring source. We have this red wire, which is going to go into our reverse light source, the 12-volt output, which is going to be our middle wire, which is the green output right here on the Cadillac. I ran the rest of the wiring is going to go in through the rear deck lid. I'm going to come down, I'm going to put it through the little boot here, and then inside I'm going to hang it along the upright and go along past the B pillar to the A pillar and up over across to our rear view mirror. So that is this harness. Is going to be, I want to say they said it was 32 feet long, so plenty of cord there to be able to hook up. And there in the front, all it's going to be is like this little jack port that it's going to plug into the actual mirror source right there. Now, as far as a power source, it looks like a mini USB style hookup is going to be hooked up for power that goes into the actual rear view mirror with the small little hardwire kit for the module, and then it's going to need to hook up to 3 different sources. You're going to need power is the red wire, accessory power is the yellow, and ground is your black. Now, unfortunately, here on the Cadillacs, we don't have any fuse blocks or anything here at the dash. It's unfortunately on the second row or under the hood, but I do know that right here we have a couple of wiring hookups at our A pillar. So I was able to look up a wiring diagram. Our 12-volt source all the time is going to be our red with white tracer. We have an ignition source is our orange wire right here, so we're going to tag into both of those to be able to get power for our source. Now, hooking in our wire to the rear view camera, it does come with this I can't even say it. It's supposed to be Scotch lock. No, you don't use Scotch locks, ever. This is in an outside source in the rear deck lid. Moisture and humidity, especially here in Ohio, not a good thing to use. Now, let's see what you do use to hook up their wiring sources. Now in this specific circumstance, I'm going to be using some of these heat shrink butt connectors from Heat Shrink Tech. Now this kit is really awesome. You can pick it up on Amazon. It's really cost effective compared to other butt connectors that you pick up from a lot of our other hardware sources, like from ours we get at the shop are these right here that crimp on both sides, crimp, solder in the middle, as well as heat shrink on the outsides. These are really cool. However, these things cost about $1.10 a piece. That's outrageous, like absolutely ridiculous. These ones from Heat Shrink Tech actually do not require any crimping at all, and they're going to hold with just about the same exact force, if not more in some circumstances. We've got everything from, I believe, we're going from 10 piece, we're going from 10 gauge all the way up to 26 gauge is the covering on these. It comes in a 120 piece kit, and this kit's only like 15 or 16 bucks. You really can't beat it. All you got to do is put either wire into either end, use these like a heat shrink sleeve, take a little heat gun or a little torch, heat it up. It's going to seal on both ends. You can see the little sealing rings right here, and it's going to be able to be fully waterproof, and it's going to solder our joint connector in the middle. So when we clip our wires to join them in, we're going to put two into one end, one into the other. It will fit and work just perfectly. Now for your specific application, it's going to vary between the vehicle. It's really easy. Like I said, that one wire is going to hook up to your reverse camera actuation. Make sure you get that one hooked up correctly and tucked into places so it's not hanging out. It's not out in the weather. Use the weatherproof butt connectors. Like I said, I'll put the link down below for those. And everything went actually really well. So let's go inside and look at some of the features of this camera. Now when we first just look at the actual display unit here, I do have pretty decent visibility to the rear. It's almost like it's auto dimming is kind of what it looks like. So it's not like perfect mirror finish, but it does reflect everything pretty well. I turn the key on here and we start the vehicle, and it immediately boots up, and here we go into it. I have already kind of messed around with it. We've got a couple of the settings. I turned the volume down because boy, it was really loud just to start off with. And our forward facing camera is a beautiful big display, 1080p sticking out into the front here, and it sees everything, and immediately you can see the little flashing red indicator, and it popped up a little message that said that it's starting to record. Now this already came with an SD card in here, which is actually really cool. And then when we go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse, we can see that everything pops up just as it is right there. Put it back into park and the forward camera pops up. Now we can switch between the two just by clicking that one right there. If we were to have the middle camera, we could also switch between all of those as well. We can go into our settings, and there's a lot of different things to be able to set up here as far as footage recording, audio, when it records hard impacts or impact sensitivity, our time and recording lapse, display icons. Let's see here. One of the other things I messed with was the camera mirrors, the middle camera rotation on top of that one, so you can change the camera in the back to a mirrored position if it's not showing up correctly. So that was pretty nice. Formatted the SD card and everything popped up and started recording just correctly. Clock settings were right there as well. I turned the volume down to the low setting because, like I said, it was really loud and annoying when I was pressing buttons, and you can also turn off the button press sound right there. So lots of different little things that you can do with this one. As far as our recording resolution, I forgot to look at that one. You can put it down to 720p for a little bit more recording time, depending on what kind of card size or whatever you're planning on using, but we're going to leave it on 1080p and leave it right there. The really cool thing about this also is going to be the fact that it does also have a recording to an app. The actual Acumen app is going to record to the app, and you can view your recordings. You can see them all wirelessly downloaded from the device. You don't even have to get onto the screen here to go back through to record them. You can automatically down them to your smartphone, which is really awesome, really user-friendly, and I'll tell you what, this is pretty awesome right here. So big thumbs up for the 3M Plus from Acumen. This thing is going to make writing in this old school caddy just that much better. Also, make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to also install the 4K version here into a new vehicle coming to the channel. This is the XR10 4K. New vehicle coming to the channel. I just picked up a newish 2019 Ram 1500 Limited for none other than my wife, who is, Will's are going to say spoiled to say the least. But she absolutely loves it, and we're going to give her a couple of really cool goodies. We've got some in-channel vent visors coming for that. Little short video snippets coming up. Stay tuned. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making a couple more little short videos just like this one, just to get things kind of rolling back into shape here. I know the weather and the winter time really had the blues on everything. It's just absolutely cold and ridiculous around here, but now that it's starting to warm up, I'm finally going to get into doing some more videos, some of the reviews and things that I'm going to be installing on the vehicles like this one. So make sure you stay tuned to that one. All the links down below for the Acumen cameras, as well as the WeatherTech heat shrink butt connectors, are going to be down in the description below. So make sure you go and check those out. Let me know what you guys think about this product. If you like it, if you don't, whatever, just let me know. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. And as always, you guys stay awesome.